and figure it out. At the same time, why do people ask for help? Because they don't know. Like, that's the hilarious thing about when somebody shows up and says, here's my problem, is automatically I'm already aware that they don't know what they're talking about. Like, here's my problem, X and Y. Okay, well, if that's your problem, why don't you solve it? So maybe that's not your problem, because if you knew what your problem was, wouldn't you just figure out how to solve it? So they don't know how to solve it, and they don't actually know what the problem is to begin with. So where does their problem exist? Where do subconscious, or oh, I gave it away. Where do problems exist? Where do problems come from? Just say it again so that we have it all out in the open here. Where do problems come from? Where, yeah, unmute though, Gail.
Subconscious.
Like Gail's trying to give us unconscious moments already by being muted and screaming. Yeah, problems exist in the subconscious. How do we know that? How do we know that that's where they exist?
Can I take a guess?
Yeah, of course.
Because we're trying to solve them in the conscious and it's not working?
Exactly. So if you come to me and say, I want to quit smoking, I'm sure I want to quit, and yet I've tried a million times in the past and I can't. Well, then didn't you just tell me that consciously you know what you want, but it's not working what you thought you wanted? So that's not exactly it. Isn't that true for every single problem that people bring? I mean, phobias are an interesting example too. I'm afraid of spiders. Okay, so you know you're afraid of spiders, but what's behind that? How did you get afraid of them? Why? There's got to be some explanation that's not conscious. And by the way, people will tell you, oh, because my grandmother, blah blah blah, and when I was 5. And it's like, well, if you know that and you know that you're afraid of it, then how come you're not unafraid of it? So that's not it, or that's only a piece of it. So people will tell you their conscious belief of why they have a problem. But I already know that if they've analyzed it and they've kept their problem, they've missed something. There's something they don't know about their problem. So bottom line is, all problems are subconscious problems, even problems that people think they understand and explain to you, which everybody will do, by the way. Just get used to that. Every single person will give you a long, long explanation for why they have their problem. Everybody thinks they know. So that's part of this business, is just getting used to the fact that people think things at one level, but that's the whole reason that they're coming to you, is because they need more help. So all problems are actually subconscious problems. We know that problems exist in the client's unconscious or subconscious. And by the way, unconscious, subconscious, those are the same thing. Superconscious is another term that, is either inside of the subconscious or another level of the subconscious, but all of those will put in the same category.